is Erin Duarte, and she...
Ms. Duarte, you have 2 minutes.
I've been given time from Adrienne Duarte, Davina Martinez, and Misty Collins.
Okay, so a total of 5 minutes.
Thank you. After 2 years of not contracting COVID, even being in a household with a nurse running the ER COVID intake during the worst of it, which now is up there, and him never bringing it home, I tested positive on Sunday. My family is all still negative, which means I contracted this at school. On our routine testing day, only about a third of my students have been participating. Another third was vaccinated, so by your protocols, not tested. And the last third never registered for testing. Routine testing of everyone would have prevented many of us who caught this last week in school from being exposed. So I am at home with a fever still going from 100 to 102.5, instantly tired, my head feeling like I'm underwater and brain fog setting in. Making subplans, trying to include work that can be done in class or at home in Google Classroom, trying to provide some feedback and responding to messages from students and families. While using my sick leave because the district is no longer paying for those who get COVID, even though I caught it from the negligence of your system. If I wasn't vaccinated and had to quarantine, that, however, would be covered. I'm angry because I knew this was coming. We all did. Sunday night, we were all checking and rechecking for an email with some kind of guidelines or if-then scenarios about potential on-campus outbreaks and classes without teachers. Monday, we were in shock by what we knew had landed. You all had to know it was a mess, and you let us dangle to fend for ourselves. You later said those from CERNA with credentials would be going to sites to help. But you don't need a credential to collect the garbage, to do yard duty, to answer phones, to be the crossing guard. Where was everyone? If you don't want to close schools, lock up CERNA and send everyone out. Where is the leadership to say that this should never have happened and sites should never have been left to feel abandoned? It was all held together by whatever sites figured out as a team. That is leadership, but it didn't come from you. You have put too much on your frontline staff, and now we're all getting sick. Our worry is not what are you going to do now that we're in full crisis mode, but what is going to happen to our kids because we aren't there. The only thing I have heard is that teachers and classified employees will be getting pay cuts, insurance cuts, and of course, layoffs. That is how you bolster your workers. You threaten them and you minimize them. And at the last board meeting, you called your head of legal services the heart of the district. What do you call your teachers, classified staff, and principals? We get the message from you that we are a number and we are not worth what we are paid, but we still go above and above and above because of the job that is not being done by you. You may have lost your heart of the district, but you need to understand it is the real people who do the work keeping it all together. Aside from all this COVID mess, I had to cobble together enough time to make sure I didn't get the wrap it up. Can you imagine if teachers did that to parents during a conference? Okay, district gave me 10 minutes for your conference, wrap it up. How else but these meetings are you going to hear us? I gave up on the emails because it's always going to be the same one person responding and everyone else deleting. I haven't seen a board member at my site since the photo op with the mayor for the elementary sports program, 2018, I think. If I said what you wanted to hear, I would get a little more time, a giggle, smile, and a thank you. But I'm telling you the truth and real frontline experience, so I will be dismissed and maybe even get an audible sigh and a wrap it up. It takes more time to cobble time together, say all the names, add the time, interrupt someone's train of thought to tell them to wrap it up, than to just listen. We don't have anywhere else to go, and we're begging you to understand what we're dealing with. If you had time to give Raul Bozio a standing ovation and for each board member to one by one recognize and give praise to the head of legal services, you have time to listen to your frontline workers and families who shouldn't have to beg for your attention. Enjoy your snack.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Our next speaker is Ingrid Hutchins, and she is combining time with Hope